Hello everyone, my name is Infamous, and today's YouTube video we're going to be going over my first initial opinion of Chapter 4 Season 3. So this season, obviously we've got the three brand new jungle biomes, Rumble Ruins, Freaky Combat and Shady Slits. And I am loving the tropical biome. Like I said, less orange on the map, the better, because obviously we had Anvil Square there. I do not like how my frames drop every time I go here though, and every time I record. I swear I usually am on like 120 frames. I say it's almost every video, but yeah. Anyway, obviously this season we've got three brand new weapons. We got the Blackjack Rifle, the Cybertron thingamabob, and there's another one I'm sure. Oh, and the Kinetic Boomerang. I'm not sure if that's the right thing I'm thinking of, but it will do for now. We also have the unbolting of the Combat SMG, along with also the Drum Shotgun. Yikes. So we got a brand new mythic drum shotgun as well, and that's just ridiculous in my opinion. We also were introduced to be able dinosaurs again, however this time we're able to ride them. Again, amazing. We also got the mud effect, which is pretty cool if you have a look. Okay. So we know that well, we knew that the mud effect was coming anyway. So let's start talking about things that they could have done better. Mobility is an issue. Each season we usually get a brand new mobility item, you know, Chapter 4 Season 1. Well, from Chapter 4 pretty much. We had the Shockwave Hammer, Chapter 4 Season 2 we had the Kinetic Blade, and each season one would get bolted, and that makes sense to make room for the new one. One issue though, they didn't add a new one this season. So that's definitely interesting. To put it out there, I am not fussed by the lack of mobility. It seems to just be most of the community who feels that way, but I'm really not fussed myself, but I can also see the issue. However, Epic Games have been listening to us, and a couple of days ago they announced the following tweet, which I'll get a picture on screen of right now, where they'll be unbolting shockwave grenades, but only for zero build, not for build mode, so that'll be in their next update. One thing I do love about this season is definitely the grind rails. I mean, well, the grind lines. I mean, we had them last season, but this season it's not just in the futuristic areas. Edit. Please edit. That tree was in the way. I do thank you for that. This is fantastic. Oh, I can't be bothered. One thing I am glad about, and it might seem really stupid, is I'm glad that they kept the futuristic biome from last season. We know we got, you know, Knotty Nets, Conjectures Crossing, Steamy Springs, and Mega City last season. And some people have theorised that these POIs will be removed. Thankfully, they were wrong. And instead, what they ended up doing is they've kept them and a new biome. Which kind of gets me to my next point. I am so glad about the biome diversity we have right now. I mean, look. We've got regular grass biome, we've got futuristic biome, we've got ancient biome, I can't remember. What's the one I'm looking for here? We've got a snow biome, and of course we've got the tropical biome as well. I feel like a volcano biome would complete it, I'm just saying. It seems as well that the storyline is starting to improve. We know last season the storyline was pretty died down due to just doing syndicate quests and reuniting NPCs. That was literally it. It seems as if we've kind of stopped that storyline, thankfully, and it looks like we're actually going to start getting some serious storyline stuff. No confirmation yet, but we've also been introduced to the brand new MK7 Alpha Assault Rifle. We also had the vaulting of the Red Eye Assault Rifle fairly recently. The vaulting, yeah. This has become quite a surprise to me because of how quickly it happened in between the seasons. I believe it was on our 4th or 5th day, and now we're obviously starting to get towards our 2-week mark, but crazy, I think. It's not quite 2 weeks yet, it's 2 weeks this week. I personally prefer the MK over the Red Eye. I know a lot of people like the Red Eye though. I understand from range the Red Eye was perfect, primarily for zero build builders, but I believe that the MK is probably better, for my opinion anyway. With that being said, the unvaulting of the drum shotgun is kind of ruined it for me. The drum shotgun is not overpowered anymore necessarily, but I ask myself quite often, who asked for this? I mean, who really wanted the drum shotgun to be unvaulted? Because I know I didn't. I know most people didn't. I'm sure there's some people out there who maybe wanted that. But do you know what's even more annoying? The fact that there's a mythic drum shotgun now, which is even more overpowered. I mean, yeah, this is Fortnite not listening to their community. You hate to see it. I'm also not a fan of the unvaulted combat SMG. I remember in Chapter 3 Season 2, the combat SMG was crazy. Honestly, we had the Stinger SMG in Chapter 3 Season 2 and the combat SMG. They were both crazy SMGs, especially the Stinger at the start of Chapter 3, but the combat SMG weren't in the game then. But now it feels really weak. The bloom on it is utterly ridiculous. I mean, honestly, I would rather probably have a blue submachine gun over a gold combat. And that's just my preference, because the combat is a skillful weapon. Once you get a hold of the bloom, though, don't get me wrong, it's a strong SMG. I'm not saying it's not viable, but here's the combat SMG here. Here's the bloom. So look, you see how it goes up. See the directional path there. And you look at this. Sweat. For some reason, from the start of this season, I have noticed literally non-stop sweaty players. I am honestly, it is starting to like really wind me up. Like I am struggling to play this game at this point. I've had 6 wins this season. I believe 4 of which have been crown wins. Let's just double check that. You know, but that's early in the season. 4 crown wins isn't that bad. I won't deny that. With that being said, it just feels so hard to play the game at the minute, and I don't know if my skills matchmaking has changed, but I'm honestly considering going on my alt accounts and just filling my games with bot lobbies at this point, because it's unplayable. And I don't know if it's just me, but I've heard a few other people kind of agreeing with me on the fact that sweats are everywhere at the minute. Another change Epic has done, which is highly negative towards the community, is they've made AI just ridiculously overpowered. In the first video this season, I believe, I died to an AI, and don't get me wrong, I've been saying for a while AI needs to be improved, as in stronger. But when I say stronger, I don't mean give an aimbot. For some reason, they don't seem to miss a shot now. I mean, they should be able to build better, act more like real players, and they still don't act like real players. Instead, they just seem to be able to one-shot you from wherever you are. It's just ridiculous, in my opinion. I have seen a few tweets about this already, and I completely agree. I would like them to revert that, and maybe look into another way, maybe with building or whatever, to make it more fair and balanced, because they honestly feel stronger than half the players in the game right now, which is just ridiculous. Enough talking badly about it, though. They also added the thermal DMR, which I just now remembered, and obviously I said the flapjack rifle. Both of these weapons are actually quite fun to use. Obviously we did get the MK as well. I do quite enjoy that. I really enjoy, personally, the thermal DMR, actually. Just, it's such an exotic weapon I like to use. It doesn't feel... It feels really different, and I like it. The bloom on it is kind of... or the recoil, sorry, is sort of ridiculous, though. But here we go, got an unsweaty player. It's unplayable. It's honestly ridiculous. Okay. As I was saying, using the thermal DMR feels really fun. The recoil, though, or the bloom or whatever, is a little too crazy, though. But thanks to the augment, which allows you to reduce the recoil, it actually feels quite nice when you've used that. I also like how you can toggle the thermal on and off. Yeah, and this is obviously the flashback rifle here. At close range, this thing is nutty with 45 bullets in the magazine, but the only issue is, from a long distance, it's quite unfair to use. It doesn't really feel the strongest, if I'm honest. But that being said, like I said, going through builds, it shreds at a close range. It's a sweat again, it's a sweat, who would have thought? So if I'm being completely honest with you guys, and I'm not sure if you can tell, I'm personally not enjoying Chapter 4 Season 3 as much as I would like to be compared to other seasons. But that being said, I know Epic are working on something pretty big right now. We know that also Chapter 4 is coming to an end this year. We know that they're working on that. But we also know that there's going to be a few updates this season. We believe that the grapple gloves are going to come back. We believe helicopters are going to come back. This time they're going to be able to fire missiles. We know that they're working on a thermal bolt-action sniper, or unless that was a thermal DMR, and I've actually just read it wrong. Who knows? We also know... Well, to be fair, it's also only expected to be 3 big updates this season, one of which I believe we're getting this week, which we'll see the unboxing of the shop days, I've already mentioned. They might change that in the future, though. I'm also hoping we're going to get a live event this season. So, you know, this season isn't ruined for me. I'm not saying it's, like, absolutely awful. But at the same time, compared to last season, I'm enjoying it significantly less. Can't tell if it's because of the loot pool. I honestly think it's a sweat, if I'm honest. This is just beyond me how good everyone is. See, this is just, it's just ridiculous, let me just face it. So, that's going to leave me. Alright guys, that's it for this infamous YouTube video. If you enjoyed, make sure to like, subscribe, turn on notifications, and I'll see you guys in that video very soon for an infamous YouTube video. That's the end of the video. Bye guys!